Good evening. Welcome to Unspoken Conversations. Your words have power. I am your host, Letitia Morris, and our other host, Paris White. He is not here this evening, but he is not here this evening for a very special reason. The same reason why I am not here this evening. Today is March 5th, and 56 years ago today, your host was born. And so I am taking some needed time off to go and love on myself. I'm traveling to go see a longtime friend. Last time we saw each other, it was for my 50th birthday, and she has moved to Florida. And so I'm going to go and take in the sun and enjoy my birthday. But I did not want to leave our followers out there and not let you guys know what was going on. I realized that I'm gaining momentum, and um, I have some people who really actually look forward to our conversations on every other week. So I thought it would be a really good idea if I just come on really quick and just let you all know how things are going thus far. I first want to say I appreciate each and every one of you who have either followed our YouTube channel or followed our Facebook page. I ask that you continue to support and to share our information. Um, let people know what we're talking about. I can tell you, and you can pass this along that our conversations are unscripted, and the topics come from just simply just the goings on in our world. And ultimately is my goal to discuss just about anything and everything. Some conversations will be uncomfortable for some people, but always know that everything that we talk about is not to cast blame, point fingers, discredit anybody, put anybody down or anything like that. We are having conversations to help each other. So if any of you were on week before last, we had a conversation about children and violence, and that was an incredible conversation. Our guest was an assistant principal at a local high school here in Charlotte. And he shared with us some of his experiences in dealing with our youth in our school system. And then we also had my 16-year-old, one of my 16-year-old grandsons, and he talked about his experience. But I approached the conversation with him a little differently. I gave him a scenario. Excuse me. I gave him a scenario, and I wanted him to speak to that scenario. And so I applaud him because he was honest. He said he gave us, his real life answers. If we go back and pose that same scenario and see what his responses are, then I like to think that they may be slightly different because, yeah, he shared his feelings and we were able to listen and then offer him some advice as to how to approach things in the future. Overall, I thought it was an extraordinary conversation. Our co-host, he also was present, and he talked about um, raising his young children. Of course, they're not quite, they're not teenagers yet, but this issue is not just a teen issue, because as we stated in our conversation, that there was a 6-year-old who was able to get a hold of a handgun and go to school and shoot his teacher. And so, yeah, the problem is just not teens, it's all of our kids. And so we need to have discussions about what it is that we can do to basically save our youth. So again, for those of you who were present on that Sunday, I thank you so much for your support, your comments, your questions. And for those of you who were not, please go back and listen. And you are still able to share your comments, ask questions. I do check periodically if we have any new comments, questions, and or concerns. And again, and I try to respond to them, when I see them. So definitely go back and look at previous episodes, not just last Sunday, but actually all of our episodes, because I believe we're getting ready to have episode 7. Woo-hoo. Moving right along. The next episode will be, our conversation will be about imposter syndrome. And yeah, I think that's a conversation. If you don't know what imposter syndrome is, we will discuss the textbook definition, the workplace definition, and explore what that looks like in various settings, whether it be work, home, just hanging out around your friends, church, even. Um, we will talk about what that looks like, and the impact and implications of living a life like that. Uh, Down the pipeline, another topic that we're going to discuss is going. So this was a recommendation by a young lady who I coach. Um, she lives in Maryland, and it was her idea, and so she will actually be a guest when we get ready to have this conversation. But the topic is co-parenting as a teen. Uh, I I'm really interested to have this conversation. I was a teen mom. Uh, I can't I can't say that we co-parented. I dare say we did not um, co-parent. I don't really think we even knew what that was, but to have a this young lady is 20, or she's 21, but to have a young lady express the need to have this conversation, to want to have this conversation, um, I think is huge. And it says that number one is real, and two, that generation who is having to deal with that, they need some help and they want some guidance. and they want to hear from the elders, so to speak, or maybe others who have actually had to navigate that life. So I'm super excited about that conversation. Like I said, far be it far be it from me to deny the next generation opportunity to have a voice, and so I feel honored and privileged to be able to have this conversation with her. So definitely stay in tune to uh, to engage in that conversation. So anyway, not going to keep you all long, but I did want to reach out and touch base. I did, excuse me. As you can see, I'm still struggling with the voice issues, but when I come back, I'm anticipating being in full voice because on March 8th, when I come back from my mini vacation, I will be having surgery to remove this godforsaken polyp off of my vocal cord. I actually went to the doctor and saw a video there of of the polyp, and yeah, after seeing a video and actually seeing the polyp, it put things in a different kind of perspective. Um, Watching it on video, I declare this little thing looked like it had a life of its own. And so before um, allowing this little polyp to have a life of its own, we just gonna get that bad boy removed. I need to get back to singing. I miss singing. And I'm about tired of talking and then bloop, no sound, no voice. That's not cool. So anyway, so yeah, so again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening. I thank you in advance for all of your birthday shout outs and well wishes and so on and so forth. Look forward to seeing you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you for coming out. God bless you and good night.